What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 188 subs away from hitting 500 subs. Guys, we are getting so close to 500 subs. I know we can do it. Let's see if we can get to 500 subs by the end of the year. Is it possible? Only one way to find out. But as I've said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, you guys have seen it multiple times. I will be opening up that Korean, this Korean LOB box. You guys have seen it multiple times. It's gonna happen. 500 subs. I'm opening this bad boy up. I got this from my partners over at Collector Store, so be sure to check it out. Link and address will be in the description below. Obviously, by checking them out, Not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, excuse me, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which basically ties with today's video. But the question of the day is this: who is your all-time favorite Universal Champion in WWE? Let me know down in the comments below, and let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about the Universal Championship. It's weird. It's weird because the championship has had a lot of controversy, if you will. Now, for those who are not familiar with the Universal Championship, the title was actually first introduced. It was introduced to the WWE Universe on July 25th, 2016 on Monday Night Raw. And the reason for this was because the WWE Championship ended up becoming exclusive to what was then known as SmackDown Live, and they would air SmackDown every Tuesday, the night after Monday Night Raw. And because that at the time Dean Ambrose at the time was champion, he got drafted over to SmackDown, and Raw needed a championship. They needed a world title. So on July 25th, 2016, the commissioner of Monday Night Raw at the time, Stephanie McMahon, and the general manager of Raw at the time, WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley, introduced the WWE Universal Championship. Now, obviously, this sparked a lot of controversy because of a lot of things. For one, it was basically the WWE Championship, but inverted. And what I mean by that, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you guys what I mean. I'll show you guys what I mean by showing you guys the old WWE Championship design. Give me 1 second here. So here is the WWE title, which this design was introduced by WWE in in 2014, the night after SummerSlam, which was won by Brock Lesnar. So you guys now saw that. Here's the Universal Championship when it was a part of the Raw brand. It was basically the WWE title, but inverted. The leather ended up becoming red, and this part right here ended up becoming black. So so they basically inverted the leather and the and the bottom part of the WWE logo from black and red, from black leather and red to red leather and then the black stripe, if you will. Again, this sparked a lot of controversy, and fans all over the world did not like it because it bared a striking resemblance to the WWE title, which was held by more than at least 4 dozen Hall of Famers, including guys like Bruno Sammartino, Buddy Rogers, Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik, Bob Backlund, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Edge, Triple H, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Big Show, Brock Lesnar. I can name 20 others if I wanted to. You guys get the idea. So we fast forward now to a sort of a tournament that WWE hosted where they announced a series of I think a series of triple threat matches. Yeah, I think it was via a series of triple threat matches, if I remember correctly. Where I believe, it featured several WWE stars on Raw, including guys like Rusev, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, so many others. But eventually, the final 2 became obviously Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. So on August 21st, 2016, at SummerSlam, it featured Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the right to become the inaugural Universal Champion. Finn Balor ended up picking up the victory, but only to be forced to relinquish the title the very next night because of a shoulder/pectoral injury that Finn suffered at the hands of Seth Rollins via a buckle bomb onto the barricade. And so because of that, WWE had to because of that, WWE had to crown a brand new champion, and they did that, and they did that 1 week later on Raw on August 29th in 2016. It ended up becoming a fatal four-way elimination that featured Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and of course Big Cass. Obviously, Big Cass became the first man to be eliminated. Then Roman Reigns by the hands of Triple H, and then it became 1-on-1. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. We all saw it. Triple H turned his back on Seth Rollins and basically handed the title to Kevin Owens. Kevin held the title for 188 days, which became the longest reign in the title's history, which had only been like maybe a couple weeks. So during this reign, he had been in the ring. He had defended the title against some incredible talent, including guys like Rollins and of course Roman Reigns. But obviously it was short-lived because after 188 days, we moved to Fastlane. March 5th, 2017. A match that a lot of fans didn't really want, but we ended up getting anyway. Kevin Owens versus Goldberg for the Universal title. Because of Chris Jericho's return and distraction, Kevin Owens dropped the title to Goldberg, and Goldberg held that championship for less than a month. So we fast forward 27 days later, and Brock Lesnar holds the gold for an incredible reign of 503 days. This became the longest reign in the title's history. And it's weird because with Brock Lesnar as champion, WWE had no choice but to rely on the WWE on the WWE championship to Sorry guys, a cup fell from my dresser. Anyway, mainly because of this, boba. Anyway, moving on. Moving on from that, I apologize. Let's move on. So because of that, Brock Lesnar ended up becoming a part-timer. He would only show up whenever WWE needed him. And there were several times throughout this reign where he was used quite a bit. He was used at the premium live event known as Great Balls of Fire. He was used at SummerSlam. He was used for Crown Jewel, for Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, mainly the bigger PLEs, if you will. But Great Balls of Fire was more of a mid card PLE, mostly just because of the fact that a lot of the matches that were on the card weren't even that good, and they were better suited to be on Raw than on a PLE. So Brock Lesnar held on to the championship for 503 days, and that went on, and that was until August 19th, 2018 at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns finally becomes champion, but he had to give it up less than 3 months later due to leukemia. And because of that, Brock Lesnar regained the title by defeating Braun Strowman. And interestingly enough, this reign actually lasted a lot shorter than what people expected, right? Because when people think of Brock Lesnar holding on to a championship, they think, okay, he's gonna hang on to his title for at least another year. Nope, he held on to the title for 156 days until WrestleMania 35. That night, April 7th, 2019, Seth Rollins becomes champion, and he holds on to the title for about 100 days. Brock Lesnar cashes in Money in the Bank. He's now champion once again, but he only holds on to the title for less than a month. Seth Rollins regains the title at SummerSlam because the month prior at Extreme Rules, Lesnar cashes in Money in the Bank. Rollins holds on to the title for 80 days, which was where most of the controversy kind of started, because people wanted to see someone new. They didn't want to see someone like Brock Lesnar holding the title, or someone like Seth Rollins holding on to the title. They wanted someone new, someone fresh. And obviously, that person ended up becoming Bray Wyatt. Interestingly enough, he held on to the title for an incredible 118 days, which is a lot longer than his reign as WWE champion, because he only held the title for less than a couple months. mostly, I guess mostly just because of the fact that WWE really didn't see didn't see Bray as like a top star. They rather had seen a guy like Randy Orton win, and then have him drop it to another mid carder in the form of Jinder Mahal, which that was just that was a blowout. That was a complete blowout. But and so Bray Wyatt held on to the title for about 4 months. For about 4 months until Goldberg returns and takes the title off of Bray Wyatt. This was where all this is where all the controversy started because Brock Lesnar during the time when SmackDown had moved to Fox and all these cable companies were trying to remove Fox from their channel guide. Excuse me, which included companies like Dish Network, Spectrum, I think Sling TV, just to name a few. Brock Lesnar ended up moving back over to Monday Night Raw with the WWE title because he had taken the title from Kofi Kingston. And it's weird. Oh, hang on, guys. Something came up. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Something just came up. Alright, you guys. I am back. Sorry about that. My TV kind of shut off for some reason. Anyway, moving on. So had something on my arm. Anyway, when Bray Wyatt had won the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar at that time also became WWE champion by defeating Kofi Kingston, and he had moved over to Monday Night Raw with the WWE title. And because of that, WWE needed to change the look of the Universal Championship. So that's exactly what they did, and they made it basically. They basically reverted everything back to how it originally was with the title, and so it basically became this. They reverted the stripe back to red, but they changed the leather from red to blue as a representation that it's now a part of the SmackDown brand. And so Goldberg held the title for literally over a month. Actually 37 days. That was until April 4th, 2020, when the pandemic had started. COVID struck, and WWE wanted someone to take the reins, if you will, and take both the Universal title and the WWE title off of two guys who showed up, who only showed up like every once in a blue moon. And the two men that were able to take those reins were Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. Drew and obviously becoming WWE champion, Braun Strowman becoming the Universal champion. Drew held on to the title until October. So he held on to the title for a little over 160 days. A little over 160, 170 days. Braun Strowman held on to his title for 141 days, which is where Bray Wyatt showed up once again. Bray Wyatt shows up, and at SummerSlam, August 23rd, and becomes champion once again. However, this is where everything changes, because that was the night that Roman Reigns came back, and WWE announced that there would be a triple threat for the Universal title between the champion Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and of course Roman Reigns. Roman had just came back because he didn't want to get sick, and he didn't want the COVID pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic to tarnish. I guess I wouldn't say tarnish, but I guess the proper term will probably be jeopardize his health with the fact that he was still dealing with his leukemia. So that was pretty much that. And Roman Reigns on August 30th, at the end of August in 2020, became the Universal Champion. Interestingly enough, WWE actually has recognized him as the last Universal Champion before dropping the title to Cody Rhodes, holding on to the title for 1,316 days, which ended up becoming the longest reign out of everybody. So interestingly enough, Roman, if you were to combine both of Roman's reigns as the Universal Champion, right? So 63 days, right? Yeah, okay, so 63 days. So 63 plus 1,316. That is a combined total of 1,379 days as the Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar is actually in second place. With both of his with all three of his reigns at 686 days as champion. I believe Bray Wyatt is in third. No. I think Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is in third. Seth Rollins is in fourth. Place. Braun Strowman is in fifth. Goldberg's in sixth, and Finn Balor is in last place. So that's pretty much what you could expect out of the Universal Championship. But think about this, right? When you look at Brock Lesnar's reign as champion, across all three of his reigns, right? He had been in the ring with some incredible talent. Guys like Seth Rollins, guys like Braun Strowman, guys like Goldberg, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, guys like AJ Styles, guys like Daniel Bryan. Excuse me. Just to name a few, and then you look at Roman's run as champion, right? His reign, his last run, the 1,316 days. Excuse me, was what I believe saved the legacy of the Universal title, because when you think about it. Because when you really think about it, as you know, as I said at the top of this video, the title sparked a lot of controversy because of the fact that it resembled the WWE Championship, and they said that the title was designed for the WWE universe. And interestingly enough, yes, in terms of championship merch sales, yes, it did generate some revenue, but that wasn't even compared to the WWE title, to to the United States title, to the Intercontinental title, even to the NXT Championship as well. The Universal title will never pale in comparison to how much money WWE made off of the sales of the NXT title, the the IC title, the US title, whatnot. And again, it sparked controversy because fans didn't want that. What fans really wanted was the World Heavyweight title. They wanted the old big, the old they wanted the old this was what they wanted. This was the championship that they wanted. They wanted to see this come back. But we never got that. Instead, we ended up getting the Universal Championship, which fans hated it. They did not like the title whatsoever. But over time, they started to realize, oh, this is going to be they started to realize, oh, this is going to be our our secondary world championship. But funny enough, it ended up becoming the primary world championship compared to the WWE title, which to them became a secondary title, and that was where again more of the controversy started. And again, fans didn't like that, and it was all because of the fact that Vince didn't want the World Heavyweight title. He wanted something that was very, very gimmicky, and the Universal Championship was indeed that. But now that Triple H has taken over, the World Heavyweight Championship has made its return to WWE for the first time in over a decade, and it's awesome. I mean, literally, Triple H has reverted everything back to where they were. The tag titles, the world titles. They even introduced mid-card titles for the women across all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, within a span of a year, which is incredible. And not only that, we have a new women's U.S. champion in the form of Zelina Vega. Her, obviously the second ever champion. Incredible. I mean, this is proof that what Triple H is doing to WWE compared to Vince is working. It's working, and fans absolutely love it. And the way I see it, I don't think fans ever want to see the Universal Championship make its way back to WWE again. Like, I don't think they want to see it come back whatsoever. And if it does, there's really no telling what fans will say on social media. And I feel like now that the Universal Championship is retired, the question now becomes this, right? With John Cena now as the WWE champion for a record-breaking and setting 17th time, the question now becomes, are they going to remove the term undisputed out of the WWE title? And I feel like the answer should be yes. And the reason why is because the Universal Championship is gone. It's retired. There's no point in keeping the term undisputed on the WWE title. In fact, I feel like, as crazy as it sounds, and I know that some fans might not like the idea, but I feel like WWE should change the design of the WWE title from what it is now to something completely different. Like, something fresh, something brand new. Something that has never been seen before. Like something like I would probably say bring back the old design of the WWE title from the Attitude Era, and have the side plates. Have the side plates like we have now. On all on all the other championships in WWE. I feel like that could be the direction, but that's just me. I don't know about you guys. That's just my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad that the Universal Championship is no more. Again, it just sparked too much controversy, and once Roman Reigns became champion and held on to the title for the time that he had, I think that was when fans started to realize, oh, this could be the end. This could finally be the end of the Universal Championship. And there have been several guys who came this close from taking the title off of him, including guys like John Cena, guys like LA Knight, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens. Who else could I name that came close? Goldberg is one. Brock Lesnar. Even Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39 a couple a couple of years ago here in my hometown of LA. He came, all those guys came this close. They came so close. But obviously again, we all know the song and dance, Bloodline shows up. We all know. But I think once Cody finally became champion and finally finished the story and took the title off of Roman Reigns, I think that was when Roman realized, this is it. I'm done. I'm done. I've had one hell of a run. It's time to pass the torch. And I think that's what Roman did. That was exactly what Roman did back in October at Bad Blood, was that he passed the torch to Cody and realized that this is his time. So now, with that being said, now the question becomes this, right? With the Universal Championship is now being retired, what's next, right? Cody is now no longer champion. 378 days, incredible, an incredible run as WWE champion. Again, the question becomes, what's WWE gonna do about the term undisputed WWE champion or championship? Are they gonna remove the term undisputed? Are they gonna keep it for forever? Who knows? But I think one thing that we can say positive about the Universal Championship is that it did have its incredible moments, and out of every championship reign that the title had, whether it was with around the waist of Kevin Owens, around Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, I think most of those historic moments, as far as the Universal Championship goes, revolved more so around Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, because again, they're both in again, Roman Reigns held the title for almost 1,400 days. Brock Lesnar held the title for almost 700 days. So if you think about it, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar became the two pillars for the Universal Championship and brought in some historic moments. Everyone else became collateral damage. Literally, especially Finn Balor becoming the first ever champion and having to give it up due to injury. But I will say, I think it's awesome that Roman did have the run that he had. I don't think anybody's gonna ever duplicate it. I don't think it's possible. Is it really possible? Absolutely. Is it probable? It's the old adage, often imitated, never duplicated. I doubt anybody's gonna ever break Roman's reign. Oh, but who knows? There's the possibilities are definitely out there. But with that being said, rest in peace to the Universal Championship, and here's to a new era in WWE without the Universal Championship. And on that note, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more more WWE topic videos in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.